Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay,
I'm Craig.
Huh.
and this week is a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're gonna try to get to a lot of it. There's injuries, and Devontae Adams might be somewhere else, and a lot of other people are possibly being moved around. There's a game coming on. It's a lot. We don't even have time to talk about the actual games this weekend, other than Thursday. We're gonna get to y'all this weekend with that. Be looking out video this weekend where we'll give our normal picks because there was just too much to try to do both of them together. So, first getting to the news, Von Miller suspended. We had seen a resurgence in that Buffalo defense with him pass rushing, so
Yeah.
that's going to really suck.
Uh, the Ravens exposed that they're a little small.
Yeah.
They're a little small, but I mean that's here. But yes, they have been looking better with him in the line.
Well, I'm saying him specifically, pass
Yeah.
rushing has looked
He
good.
has 3
Yeah.
sacks right now. This
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
So that's going to be a
It's
shot.
personal conduct, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Code of conduct, yeah.
That's going to be a shot. And then we're still up in the air in Kansas City. Rasheed Rice, they're
It says ACL, but they haven't really said like they haven't given
They
him the
won't,
season
yeah.
to be gone. They said they're just going to look at it
He-
week to week. He may come back.
Don't
He
they
was
know people
supposed to
have
get
fantasy?
like he was supposed to get an MRI. What was it, Monday morning?
Yeah.
So we should have known by like the end of the
Supposedly-
day, and they're like, "Nope, we ain't telling you." Damn.
Supposedly, maybe I think they get one, but it does look. They said it looks kind of promising. That's why they haven't really said exactly what it is. But if it's an ACL tear, boy, what you gonna? I mean, they're probably it might be a partial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he might be back by the end of the year or playoffs, but
Playoffs.
already having problems with receiving depth.
I mean,
That's-
everywhere. Technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
So
So
I mean, CMC, Achilles tendonitis, and both his Achilles,
and that's just
and that's crazy. My man hasn't even touched the field yet.
yeah, and it's one of them. I mean, with the way this is reoccurring, and then his history, and then how he plays. I mean, this is gonna come. This is almost like the ankle version of what Tua is going through.
Imagine curses
Yeah.
back alive.
But you know what I mean? Like this
Mhm.
is another one of them. Like, well, okay, you could probably come back to play, but
The
you
thing
might
is-
not
The
walk.
thing is, it's in both.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, what is your? I mean, obviously, yes, he obviously gets his carries and he does a lot, but like, what are you doing in the offseason to rehab properly?
I mean, I think that's a problem. He might be training too much.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and so
He, I mean, you
trying
can't
to
be
prepare
that
to take the
level of
load.
work. He blocks, he runs, he catches. There's never a play Christian McCaffrey's like,
It's not a
"Oh."
part of, yeah.
I mean, having Mason now might help because that'll give you the ability to give him plays off because Mason has been shown he's a very prolific runner.
And also Isaiah Garando, he's the
That's right,
and
yeah.
they're trying to get him the ball more because he has some more of that home run speed that Mason doesn't have.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Isn't it Garando the one from Louisville?
yeah, he's the one we saw. In,
Yeah, he's humongous.
yeah, he has
Yeah.
But he
he's-
might get more touches.
yeah. That was the one that had he was the biggest running back and had the fastest 40.
Yeah.
Like that's
Christian Watson's out for a couple of weeks with an ankle injury.
with Jordan Love coming back, he gotta need that.
But they got a
they're
young
competing.
they got a young wide receivers. They got depth. They got Deontay Wicks. They got Romeo Dobbs.
You think it's a problem they won without him and then he come in and lose again?
No, because he looked good winning in Minnesota.
I mean, it
He
was,
lost,
but,
but
he threw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. I also think
That Philly game.
I think also he was trying so hard because he missed.
yeah.
Yeah. And
They
Minnesota is a
His
hell of a
backup-
team.
I mean, they lost to Philly, and then his backup comes in, and they beat?
They beat Titans. And they beat us with Malik, and then didn't Malik win the other week before that?
I think so.
So like they won without him, but you also know.
And then he come back and they lose again.
So
yeah, but I mean,
I'm
it
not-
wasn't like
But-
it looked bad.
But the
And
thing
he
is-
really because he had 3 picks or 2.
3.
Yeah, he had 3. Now the one pick I said was that was
Yeah,
it was I guess they went one I went through 2 receivers' hands like
Yeah.
it was like and then the guy
mean-
caught it and I think another one was just defense, but he threw it.
Well,
But also, but the offense was moving better than it normally had. It was
Yeah.
moving like it was supposed to. And
Yeah.
honestly, they only lost by 2 points. Like they
And
were.
again, like this is a really
Yeah.
good team. Like Minnesota is
Like
a
I don't
really
think
good
Malik
team.
can
Especially
bring. I don't think
defensively.
Malik has the ability to bring them back from a deficit. But
Yeah.
but he can.
Yeah,
So that's the reason why they go with him.
Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Jack Thompson with the Panthers towards Achilles. This is his second
yeah.
year in a row getting a season injury.
Getting injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Last year he had. I think it was his. Last year was his ACL or
So you
something.
think he's done then?
No, they say he has no plans to retire. He's gonna
You
come
might
back.
want to get out of
He's
Carolina.
gonna come back next season. And then your boys got 2 injuries. You got
Oh man, Michael
with the
Parsons
ankle.
and D-Law.
D-Law is on IR with the foot injury.
I know.
Parsons sucks because with D-Law being out this weekend, you're going to lose both of them. But he looks like he'll be back within 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks tops. Parsons on IR, because if you put somebody on IR, that means it's a minimum 4.
Yeah.
Which means even if he does come back after 4, chances are it's going to linger, and that could suck.
I mean, I was playing the Steelers this week.
Next week,
That
yeah,
could suck
too.
the-
I mean, your pass rush on them is probably going to suffer, but
I mean, because
That offense isn't very good,
it
but
is.
yeah. And then Anthony Richardson's hurt, hip.
Look,
We can't stay healthy.
No, look,
I think he's gonna Carson Wentz. I think he's gonna argue. I think he's gonna be another one of them dudes that had a lot of
Just
potential and
thinking.
just cannot stay
Yeah.
healthy.
I think he has to realize and figure out he has yet to learn how to avoid taking certain hits and certain
Yeah,
injuries, and he's still trying to do it all. He just needs to play and be.
you have a running back, you have
protect himself.
Yeah.
But every time he gets hurt, his backup comes in
And
it
plays well.
Looks better.
yeah, and that's not good
Yeah,
either.
so
I think he's another one of them dudes where there's a lot of athleticism, but I don't think there's a lot of quarterback.
yeah,
And you hate to. It's almost like a Taysom Hill. You don't want to let it go because it's a
it's-
weapon, but
So he has like the
You can't
opposite
have that be your-
of
he's not good enough.
you're
to
the
be a starting
leader of
quarterback.
the you're the
what's the
leader of the
Panthers
offense.
quarterback, the one that
Bryce Young. Yeah.
Bryce, it's like the
He's the
opposite of Bryce
complete
Young.
opposite of Bryce Young.
Yeah,
And
Bryce
see,
Young
that's
is
what's going to
good.
hold your job. That's the thing about Bryce Young. It's like, well, what's going to hold your job? Because
At least
all you
he's
have is your
athletic,
mind. And if
Yeah.
that's having trouble processing, that's no good.
And then the Dolphins got Jalen Phillips. With a
Yeah.
looks like he's day to day. There's a brace on it. They don't know exactly.
That's
what
right.
it's
He
at.
ended up leaving with a boot, right?
No, leaving with a brace on.
The
Was
brace.
that brace?
Yeah,
Oh, that
brace.
was a boot. Okay.
But I mean, and then we got Tua. Tua's still.
Tua,
They really
Still out.
they need help. Like all the quarterbacks. I'm not gonna really get on Huntley because Huntley's only been there for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and that offense is very
Very
intricate.
complicated. And Huntley's not that kind of quarterback. He's,
I
I mean,
was-
he overthrew like
You
like,
could tell
he
it's timing. You could tell it was
Yeah,
timing.
like
Yeah,
I
a
said,
lot of
he
it is.
overthrew Tyreek.
Which
a
I mean,
little
then you
bit.
give the option of like, do we give him time? But
You're gonna have to. Tua's out till at least week 8.
yeah,
And Skylar Thompson had that chest injury from the previous week. We don't know. He didn't even look that great in coming in for him. So honestly, their best bet is to go with Huntley, unless they're going to use they have people they're going to trade. I mean, but
I
like,
mean, I've
there's
heard
big,
trade
there's
rumors.
big trade rumors, but the Miami.
But who? Yeah, like because they're talking about Russ because Fields look like he's getting the job, but like Pittsburgh's been through 4 quarterbacks before. Like they're not going to give up a solid backup that they know they might have to use.
Yeah, honestly, most teams don't want to give up their backups because of this whole quarterback problem we're having.
Yeah,
We're seeing like, yes, we've been putting rookies in and making them start, but a lot of them aren't ready. And you're seeing the ones who have been in the league have a resurgence and are actually coming out and balling.
Yeah.
Well, and the new very mobile, athletic quarterback, it's awesome, but there's going to be more injuries when you have people moving in and out of the pocket more.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
Pocket
that's where-
quarterbacks
That's where your
are-
safety is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, pocket quarterbacks, the speed and the aggressiveness of the defenses has gotten to the point where like they've almost become completely obsolete. And that's cool, but at the same time, like then it needs to be understood. Like, well, I think it is understood. You're gonna lose your quarterback, you need backups. And I don't think Miami's gonna get anybody that has a backup that's worth it to give them up.
No, I don't think anybody. No, because most backups I can't even think who.
But that comes down to with the way this team is being run. Like, I don't always feel like they half-ass retool.
I'm honestly, I don't blame them because I guess they thought Tua wasn't good. Like you don't.
I mean, he's in. You know, this kid has been
yeah,
a lot.
and you had, and I guess
like. Didn't he have injuries at Bama?
I mean, besides that hip, he had that one hip injury that really put him out, and then he had that concussion.
So yes.
He's had, so, but
So,
yeah.
So then, yeah,
His whole
I
thing
mean,
was injuries coming in,
and then you don't. Yeah, I blame the team. I don't think that they've
It's like when
managed well
Cleveland
to
never
hold
gets
on
a
to that.
kicker, and then when they lose because of a field goal, they all like,
Oh, how do we miss the
how
kick?
we
Like,
miss- yeah.
they ended up getting. They got Dustin Hopkins.
yeah,
right?
because eventually,
Browns.
I don't even know who the kicker is.
I think it's
But,
Dustin
like,
Hopkins.
eventually, but you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I feel like they don't piece. I don't know, like
And it is what it is. But
I mean, especially since there's a chance he's not coming back. Then is the season
Yeah.
scrapped? Are you done?
No, I'm saying that
It's like
there
the
is there,
Jets
it's always
with
a purpose.
Rodgers.
Tua is coming back.
Okay,
It's
but
like,
even-
hold on, it's like the Jets a little bit too. Like Rodgers is
He's
you
through the
already knew
team,
Dak
yeah.
Wilson. We already knew he sucked. So you never even try to get anybody to like like.
And okay, yeah, Tua's plan could be to come back, but if he comes back and gets rocked first game, he's not coming back.
Yeah, so you need
So you need somebody to back that up.
unless you're like this season's
Over and screw it.
over.
Maybe we need to look for a quarterback, but
So
I think that's a little
yeah.
crappy of a way to go for this too.
I don't know. Shoot.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Well-
you could be honestly. If I was the Panthers, I'd be looking to see if Bryce Young could be moved because he's still
There's some people
like
there's been some conversation.
like he might need a new start, and that might be the best thing for him.
We weren't supposed to talk about this. This has got me thinking though. What are y'all like?
Huh?
You think y'all gonna keep your boy? I just started thinking about quarterback.
Callahan said, when Will Levis is healthy, he's our starter. We're sticking with him.
You sticking
yeah,
with
he
him.
also said that during the game, and Will Levis was definitely healthy in that second half, and he didn't. But
I purposely think he's doing that because if we're gonna stick with him, we're gonna ride him out this season, and it's gonna lead us either to
we need to move on, or
move on and get a new quarterback.
Maybe use him
Yeah,
as a bargaining chip.
use him to get us to that top draft pick.
yeah.
But stick with him. Let him get to have the. Might as well.
That way you
have
can
the-
see if
look,
he needs the development,
But okay,
or if he's
so
just not it.
he's not healthy next week, and then what's his name?
Mason Rudolph?
Rudolph go in.
I don't know who our third string is. I don't know who it is.
You know what I'm saying? They win.
Yeah.
Then are you really like it? You know, I'm
Look,
sorry.
I can only go by what Callahan says. He says Will Levis is
Yeah.
a starter if he's healthy.
But you know how that goes too, because Levis can go back. They lose.
All I know
Alright, go
is
sit back
all I
down,
know
like-
is I'm looking. If we keep losing, I'm gonna unfortunately look forward to trying to get a new quarterback. I mean, unfortunately we have the pieces. All I can do is hope and see.
Because I feel like y'all and like
But
Right there with you.
it is what it is, man. Like
Quarterback.
the quarterback. It's obvious that the quarterback play that we thought we would be getting from these guys is not
Is not
happening,
it.
and it's now. I guess the draft process. We need to be a little bit more. Need to scrutinize a little bit more. Can you read defenses?
yeah.
Show me what you're doing here and there.
And he got that first down.
Yeah, I mean, and
He did get that first
yeah, and I just don't understand why the motherfucker dove like that.
Because that's what
The
was
guy
going
That's the only way he was gonna get it. But the way he dove, it's like he just said, "Fuck it."
I think they need to extend the sideline because I think like your neighbors getting hurt is because you're not landing on
They
grass
don't have
anymore.
the sideline and the
Or you
So-
like have padding or something.
The
on the bottom of it,
padding
yeah.
or have the lawn extended.
because it's not the same grass on
It's
the
not
field.
the
It's like
same-
once you hit the white and over, it's like
It's like
different
cement.
grass.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's
something
not
else.
like his,
Yeah.
like he landed.
Yeah, well,
He-
yeah,
yeah.
Neighbors went. I mean, he was asleep. It was just.
I
Because
think it's
his
concrete.
hands were down here.
Yeah.
Remember?
I think it's
Yeah,
concrete.
There
he was
was
trying to catch the ball.
nothing to protect
His head
him.
just hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I feel like that,
That
should
would
be
be-
extended.
that would be interesting
because
if they did
his
something like that.
shoulder is landing. It's not on.
A
if he
lot,
was on
a
grass,
lot
he
of
probably-
injuries happen. Tackles and stuff going out of bounds. They really should think about maybe putting that like almost that rubber foam they put at like kids' playgrounds.
Yeah,
Like, I guess
I think that would save a lot.
or
Something-
extend
we
it and just
playing
paint it
rubber foam
white.
altogether.
that'd be cool.
You still get the toughness because that shit hurts, but you won't
You
get
won't
hurt,
need-
hurt.
But it absorbs
right?
the
Yeah.
impact. Yes, instead of just
You
instead
wouldn't
of
need
you.
cleats though, right?
Nah, you need like turf shoes or
Oh.
tennis shoes.
But no, when we were talking about trades, the
Yeah.
biggest trade person is Devontae Adams.
Devontae
Raiders
Adams.
are shipping him and letting him be known that he's
So apparently, yeah, he was talking about Devontae Adams when he said, "And we're about to make business decisions."
Is that who the?
Well, yeah, Antonio
Oh,
Pierce said
yeah,
people
yeah,
were making
yeah.
business decisions, and so we're gonna make business decisions. And people said it was Devontae Adams. I thought it was just one corner.
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, Jones. Yeah, looks like it's Devontae.
And Devontae said something. What did Devontae say?
He's from what I'm hearing, the rumors are he said he wants to play with a quarterback that he knows, which narrows it down to Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers.
I think you think it's the Jets.
Either that,
'Cause that's all. I think the Jets. That's
Well,
all they really need.
he's played with Dak at the Pro Bowl.
But my problem about this is
You think that's
my
really knowing
problem-
him by playing with him in the Pro Bowl?
get this.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Aaron
argue.
Rodgers still has a problem getting the ball to those receivers.
That's what I'm saying,
So it's not
though.
just-
Yeah, but there's been a lot of drops too and timing issues.
But that's what I'm saying, though. So if he got somebody, they know each other. Like,
And he
I
might be able to.
read your mind,
I
you
think
know my
some of the
mind.
problem in the Jets is think they need more.
That Broncos game, if he had,
If he
that,
had- it
come
would've
on
been
now.
yeah.
They don't have any maturity outside of Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think that's helping. Like he's
And
they,
but also Garrett Wilson's upset with his production and what he's getting. I've read that.
stop dropping the ball.
Hey,
Garrett Wilson's been dropping the ball. He's been off sync a lot. He's been out of route a lot.
I think throw
'Cause
the
that's,
ball,
like-
you gotta catch it. Like,
If Aaron Rodgers throws the ball to a spot and Garrett Wilson's not there, and Aaron Rodgers looks like, what the hell? Why weren't you there? You're supposed to be there.
it's you.
And you go back and watch the film, and that's where the gap was, where you were, he wasn't going to get you the ball. Yeah, it's you.
It's
And that's
you.
what's going on in
And
there.
out of the two,
Aaron Rodgers was
I'm
making bad
sorry,
decisions.
who out of the two?
Who are we going to
It's
trust?
you.
The what, 4-time MVP Super
Like-
Bowl and 1-time MVP Super Bowl champion?
Now that he's no longer in Green Bay, I can root for him.
Yeah,
it's
and
you.
it's you. And he's Aaron Rodgers. He's putting the
Called
ball
me
where
a
it
few
needs to
years
be.
ago, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's
But you put a Devontae Adams out there. I think that's one of the best things. I think Sauce would benefit from it because that's going to just make him better. Because, like I said, Garrett Wilson's really good, but he's young.
Mhm.
You're going against a talent that's experienced. That's going to help them on
you
defense.
get to see how it's supposed to be
You
done.
get to see Garrett Wilson and some of them other receivers get to see how it is supposed to be done. And then maybe get to ask them, like, all right, well, how do I make sure I don't? Like, oh, well, this is what I do. That's a, yeah.
Yeah.
And then New Orleans, he went to the Raiders to play with Derek Carr. That was the
Okay.
whole reason he was there.
So you think he might be going?
And
to
then
the
they
Saints
shipped
again?
Derek
Yeah.
Carr out the next year. He has not been happy since they got rid of Derek Carr.
Okay.
yeah.
And that team with not Rasheed Rice,
Shaheed.
Shaheed,
You
And,
messed me up.
um,
I can't even
yeah.
help you.
and
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, and then Alvin Kamara's playing his ass off.
Yeah.
That defense is
They
playing
say he
well.
might be a little banged up.
He is,
But
not
they
good,
could take some off that
I'm
if you
just
put a
saying,
Devontae
though.
Adams
Yeah,
out
I'm
there.
just saying.
I mean,
We didn't
I
talk
can see.
about him.
I can see the Saints being a bigger because they may try.
That's true.
They may not try to do in conference. They may just say, "Fuck it, we're sending you to NFC. We'll get you out of that. We're not taking you to the NFC."
I have heard they don't want to because
I have to deal
cool.
with them later. It's like if I do,
somebody was asking the Raiders. I think the Chiefs were asking the Raiders for somebody.
and they're not.
And they were like,
the Raiders ain't
hell
giving
no.
nobody.
And they said, like, we're not giving anybody in this division anything.
yeah,
Or this, like, we don't want anybody we're going to have to play. So
I'm gonna make you
I think
better,
it's going to be an
and I
NFC
gotta
team.
no, like yeah,
Only way I care is if we see him in the Super Bowl. Like,
and that is what
and
it
that's
is.
what the NFC
Yeah.
is. I mean, maybe the Jets because it's the AFC East, but if the Saints put up a decent offer, I think he's going to end up there. It fits better, and it keeps him away from being a thorn to the Raiders.
Okay,
But
Also,
We'll see.
Amari Cooper.
Amari.
I'm here now. Here are just rumors.
These are
Rumors.
rumors.
think that-
But I can't even blame. I think the Browns need Amari because they have no one else.
But even
Yeah.
he's starting. You said how he's disgruntled and he's starting to
has a
drop the
little bit
ball.
of droppies.
He's disgruntled.
But I think
because
that's
he's a-
disgruntled
he's
drops.
You know why he's also disgruntled? Every time he gets the ball and does make a catch, it gets
They
called
call it
back.
back with a penalty.
Yes, that is
The
very
offensive
true.
line is always doing something.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
So and then
There's
like
no discipline.
and right now he has no and who else is really Deshaun Watson third? The Joku's still out.
Yeah.
He's been out most of the season.
Yeah.
Like he had,
And that's
Now,
the rest of them are so
Amari-
hit and miss.
Amari and like Lamb were that really.
That was
and the thing about it is when Amari gets
that was
traded,
a perfect.
yeah, have you
edit.
noticed
They
when
get
Amari,
along? I
when
thought
Amari
they
gets
was trying
traded,
They
have-
did because they're two different kinds of receivers.
I thought they were starting to have problems.
when
That's
Amari
why.
gets traded, he always does good at a new team.
Y'all started trying to force stuff to CD and he was getting left out. But I think y'all realized the issue when Stephen Jones came out and was like, I didn't realize how much we were missing from having Amari Cooper.
Okay.
I think that'll fix because y'all need that. You need CD who can be the super athletic freak. And then Amari Cooper is the perfect route runner. You have to play two different types of defenses to beat them.
Yeah.
And if you got both of that out there, what are you going to do? Because if you put the defense out there that's going to stop CD, Amari's going to run routes on your defense and eat you up all day.
Okay.
And if you stack and put shells over Amari to stop those routes,
That's when your tight
nobody's
end comes open.
yeah.
That's when
Your
you
tight
got
end's
Cook-
open.
Ferguson.
Cook is now on a
Yeah.
safety or a third corner or a linebacker, and he's way too fast for that.
Yeah.
Zeke or Dottle or one of them,
trying
they're
to use
they're
our
on like
fullback more.
that fullback is starting to get some stuff and do some things, and there's going to be gaps because you're putting everybody back to stop the wide receiver duo. Now your receivers are catching the ball with 10 yards before they even see a person.
Yeah.
Y'all,
And he
yeah,
already know Dak.
Mhm.
he does, and
But
Dak
he
knows
ain't
him and
coming-
was very
He's
good.
not coming back.
I don't think so
Yeah.
neither. That's why he brought it up. That was my thing though. I don't think he will come
I
back.
don't know.
I mean, you never know. Sometimes that grass is greener, and then you go back to
We also
the
got to
field
keep
you're
it,
used to.
We also got to keep in mind with all these wide receivers.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice is
But
out.
teams need. Ooh, you
The
know,
Chiefs are looking for wide
Yeah,
receivers.
DJ, I heard DJ
Moore could go
Moore.
to the Chiefs.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking about him for myself. See what I'm saying? But he expensive. But like, I mean,
Yeah, DJ Moore, and I'm hearing he's unhappy about the
Well,
targets and the
D-Hop,
way.
we don't want DJ Moore going to the Chiefs.
But
No.
D-Hop, I know D-Hop.
D-Hop
we could
gives
possibly
them
put-
another-
But
Because
D-Hop,
they don't have a contested catch guy for
We
real.
can see D-Hop going to the Chiefs. D-Hop go to the Steelers.
But DJ Moore,
D-Hop
you
going
think
to
he's
the
too expensive
Cowboys?
for somebody?
D-Hop's not that expensive right
I mean, I
now.
said like
DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore.
Yeah, but I mean, to swallow, knowing that his contract's already, you got to swallow his contract. It's just a little bit of restructuring and moving some stuff around. But okay,
And yeah,
And you know
just-
you're getting
you just
quality?
move stuff. Yeah,
like when you know you're getting somebody who's gonna get at least 1,000, 1,200 yards and between
Yeah.
5 to 8 touchdowns. What's that matter?
The Rams could use a lot of these guys, and they
The
need
Rams
it.
need something. I'm not
Everybody's
sure.
hurt.
It's like,
Cooper and Pookie down.
yeah. Yeah, the Rams
And
definitely.
Cooper's, they already said Cooper's out for this week, so
Yeah,
like it's a lot. I mean, it's crazy. Like everybody needs a wide receiver.
How long D Hop was with the Titans?
This is his second season.
It's-
with
I
us.
thought so.
Second and third season with us, I believe.
Yeah.
So
But I'm also hearing Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt. I think the Jalen Hyatt is I don't think that's going to happen. He's younger, he's cheaper, and he does pretty much the same thing as Darius Slayton. I
Yeah.
think we're going to end up getting, but because Slayton has more production, I think we'll get more for him because we've seen it, and I think we'll move forward with the younger guy. I think trading Slayton wouldn't be a bad idea. I think it can get us.
I would love to trade some of these trade if we trade D Hop or trade Traylon Burks or something like that. Get some draft capital.
D-Hop's going to give you the draft capital. Traylon Burks ain't going
Yeah, Burks can give me that. You give me 2 fifths or give me a fifth or something else.
Yeah, he might get you a 7th, maybe
Hey.
a 6th.
Hey,
But
it is what it is.
I
on-
mean, you don't
Well,
want to keep D Hop.
I would love to keep D-Hop,
and
but
the
honestly,
quarterback.
you
'Cause
got-
I think the quarterback is more your
well,
problem.
I think but that's the thing to be able to fix the quarterback situation.
you
Because
get
that's
a
what,
good
like I said, as a
quarterback
Giants
and have
fan,
no one to throw it
to fix the quarterback situation, we have to get up to the top.
But see, you
2,
already
3
got
picks.
your receiver. You got the young neighbors. You just need a quarterback. I don't know, like you can really.
we
You
got
got
Tyler
Boyd.
Boyd, Calvin Ridley, and Calvin Ridley's not getting the ball. And we paid him all that money.
Yeah.
So like we got people who've been paid
Yeah.
who are on the
They
contract.
got some tight ends that are doing all right. The running game's pretty good.
Like,
You
we're-
could give up a receiver to get a quarterback.
Yeah,
that can make up
Pollard
for it.
had. I was. Yeah, because there's no animosity. I was totally rooting for Pollard. Like, you better go, boy. Like, I was totally rooting for Pollard. Like, he
So,
was.
like,
Yeah,
Spears looked good,
It's
too.
definitely
yeah.
I
Spears looked
was
better.
I was worried about I wasn't worried about the two-headed how it looks. It's just weird because
Like,
the
that
O
was like-
line's not blocking properly. They're not getting the holes they
Yeah.
need to be able to. But
Well, and I think when Mason got in, I think he started reading the handoffs better and waiting for the holes. I think
yeah,
Will Levis
when Pollard had that
I think-
one, he
yeah.
broke for 40-something yards. And he
Yeah.
was like, I was like, oh, he got to that. I was like, oh. I was like, see,
Will Levis rushes the offense, and I think it messes up the passing or the rushing plays.
His clock is off.
He's come on, get it. We gotta move, and it's like, no, we need patience. But
Yeah.
you can't, as the quarterback, be forcing everybody to force it and then think that the tempo of the offense isn't going to be
he's trying
too
to
fast.
force it so much because of his bad play.
Yeah. Well, I think his bad play is him trying to force. That's all he
I
does.
think his clock
Is
is off.
force the. It's not even a clock. He
He panics early.
think it's not even panicking.
Oh, he looked like he
he's
panicking
gonna
to me.
Superman every play. So every running play is gonna be the biggest play of the game and a touchdown. Every passing play is gonna be, and so now he's fitting windows. Like, dude, there was a pass over there. He's forward, like, come on, run, dude. Give him a half a
Breathe.
second, wait for the hole to develop, and that's how he plays the game. Gotta get the ball down to him. I gotta get the ball. Like, no, let's throw this
But I
away.
think
Let's
that's also
wait.
how he
Let's
played.
roll out.
That's
Let's look
also
around.
how he played when he was in college, and I don't think that's the part of his game he needs to work on.
Yeah.
So you're seeing where he needs to grow, and and unfortunately, sometimes you gotta start him and play him and let him grow throughout the season. And
Yeah.
if he does, it doesn't, and we move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all
And
well
we'll see
and
what
done.
happens with that.
If you keep losing, that might change.
You know how that is.
Especially if you think he's the problem. Like if the whole team's a problem, then it won't matter. We
But
just
if he
lose
keeps
together.
underhand and
But
pick
if he
sixes,
is the
then-
problem, he has to go. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like if it's like I said, if it's a team thing, and they like once they get the rhythm, they'll get it. They just gotta keep playing with each other. You know,
Yeah.
they understand each other. That's one thing. But if he is the fly, like how about we just move this out over here and like, and you stand back and watch and it's working, then yeah, why don't you go sit down? Well, like just pay attention. How about that? Because like you said, maybe sometimes people need to just
Watch it.
watch more. Like Rodgers
while we're still on this
watch
big thing
longer.
about QB issues, remember what we talked about earlier on in the season when we talked about the connection between Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're finally starting to see it's
That
really-
offense, other than Saquon, they look like us.
Well, that's what
Like, if other than what Saquon
we
does-
need something else, and he's just
We need to fix something.
I
People
think-
have
I think
figured
when
it out,
you know,
and we
I
need
think
to change something.
that Super Bowl season when Sirianni had the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator who both left the season after, he lost.
Who made that team
who
good?
Made the team good.
I don't think it was Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni was just the head coach. I think now you're seeing, like when Jalen said, I want to be able to run the offense when I see it, change it up. Sirianni's like, no, it's working. What I see is working. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Your offense looks like crap.
Obviously, he has 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like he is turning
And the
the ball,
interceptions
he is
was a big
turning the
thing last
ball
year.
over at an alarming rate.
Ever since Nick Bosa, and that's the thing. Nick Bosa said, all you got to do is keep pressure on him. His eyes will watch the pass rush. He will stop looking downfield, and you'll beat him. And every team has done that. And so Jalen Hurts said, yeah, we got to do something because I got to fix this.
Yeah.
And Sirianni's just like,
It's not broke.
no,
And then,
I'm a man, and when I say something's going to work, it's going to work.
I mean, he's probably gonna mess around and get fired. I told you.
Andy
I
Reid's
told
more
you he's
man
on the
than
hot
you.
seat.
Like,
Told
Andy
you
Reid's
Sirianni's
more
on the
man than
hot
you,
seat,
and
baby.
he wins, and he changes things. So
Told
you're
you.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Sirianni's on the hot seat, baby. I told you.
Yeah. Oh, yes. This season keeps... Because I think Washington's going to win our division.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think they're going to win it by being 12 and,
Who
you
would have thought Cliff Kingsbury coming back as an offensive coordinator
Yeah.
and not a head coach and being the offense they're running is
Well, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
a
I don't
lot.
think but I don't think it's going to be 11, 12
Daniels.
win team division win. I think they're going to win the division with 9 wins because I don't think anybody else in the division is putting up that many wins. And Philly is supposed to be a team that's supposed to do. If you can't put up more wins than that, you're not winning the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if they lose the division and don't even get double digit
Who
wins,
Washington play
Sirianni
next,
out.
no. It's, we haven't done. We do our picks next video.
Yeah,
so,
no, I was just thinking like because
Who
Washington's
are-
only lost one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3-1.
Yeah. So
Washington plays the Browns. Ooh, that's yeah. So they're probably gonna be 4-1
you see what I'm saying? So like
because especially
when you said 9-5, you talking about Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, will they like they haven't really lost yet? We don't know how long this
well,
can
that's
go.
true. I just don't
And
think that
they're
defense
gritty,
is going to be
like,
able to
they
keep up
just-
with it. Team, because like like I said, we didn't have a kicker, we would have beat them. We were
Yeah.
scoring enough.
Yeah.
Teams that can score, they can't beat because their
They
defense.
can't. They only lost one.
Well, their defense does let up a lot of points, but they're scoring at will.
That is true. They don't have to punt. They put up
They
they
have
put up almost
I
a
think
touchdown
they
every
haven't
drive.
punt and like even a touch. I think they had the turnover.
Their
So
punter punted for
technically
the
they
first
had
time
punt.
last week and since week 1.
Yeah.
And so
And they had turnovers, but that's still you haven't punt. Like and they might
Yeah.
have one turnover. It's not like it's like a lot of turnovers, you know. Like
yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting this season. I didn't know we'd have that many QB issues,
No,
and now
I didn't think offenses would suck this much.
No, I didn't think, and it's crazy that we're seeing such a big drop off.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I don't think the offenses are sucking. I think the
are
defenses
better.
have caught up.
Yeah, I think the defense
It's only a matter of time.
and I think they keep trying to hold the defense back to let the offense shine.
Uh-huh.
But then the defense are just like, all right, well then I gotta do it this way. They're
Well,
just
But I think that
evolving.
influx of penalties, they took away a lot of the offensive advantages. They're starting to call them if they're lining up too far back to make up for the fact that TJ Watt and Micah
Can't
Parsons
hit,
and Michael
yeah.
Garrett
Or them
are too
twitches and
fast
or,
to get
or
off
them
the
jumping
edge.
back before.
Yeah, where he's clearly in a full jump back mode by the time the ball's getting snapped. So now as a defender, I can move, but he's clearly already halfway back in his set.
Yeah.
They weren't calling that before, and it's getting called now. And now it's even footing. And
Or when the center moves the ball and he tries to move the
Yeah.
ball and like
a lot of
catching that a lot
formation
more.
calls.
yeah.
Yeah.
illegal shifts. You're seeing tons
Yeah.
of illegal shifts.
and it's hard to
Because
cover
the Ravens,
shifts.
that first Raven
Yeah.
game, oh my goodness! Like I think I have it notes somewhere with how many here. I mean, it was so many formation calls. Like it was insane.
7?
It
wanna
was something
say.
like that. Like I
thought it
wrote
was
it
7.
down, but like I said, I'll have to look for it. But
But
yeah,
that was insane. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've noticed. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But can you believe we're only in week 5 and this just seems the injury bugs is bigger than I thought it would
Bad
be.
play, good play, making good play look bad. Like
and like I said, what's been happening though, I think a lot with the injuries. These are injuries. These aren't contact injuries
No.
either. Like they love to be like they're like so focused on like, which
Um,
I understand. Like they get the hit, but these people aren't really getting hurt from getting hit.
This is
Like,
the first set of bye
it's
weeks
a
coming up
job
this week too.
description.
I'm on a bye
Being
week
hurt
this
is
week.
part of football.
I'm on a bye week this week. The Lions are on a bye week this week. A week 5 bye week, and we got to play 13 more games.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully we stay healthy. Like that.
thank you because I gotta make sure I gotta check my
Yeah, to
fantasy.
take Jared Goff
Mm-hmm.
out and put in Jordan Love back in.
I gotta look.
Yeah, so
But
I'm pretty
Well-
good with that though. With who I get when I draft, who I pick for my
Yeah.
bye.
yeah. So, well, I guess last thing to get over is Thursday night has a football game.
Bucks Falcons.
Divisional game, 2 teams that are actually looking well, we thought that these would be the only 2 fighting for the division. It looks like New Orleans is gonna fight for that too.
Oh yeah, well they lost the last 2, New Orleans.
Yeah, it's just Carolina that sucks.
Well, they
Well, yeah,
almost
even
won
started.
away.
Yeah, they've
but
actually
they're
looked
starting to
better
compete.
with Dalton.
They're
Yeah.
starting to compete.
So who knows on that? But
Bucks Falcons.
I'm taking Bucks. I'm gonna trust in Baker. I've been hating on him and doubting him all year, and probably before that. But
And he looked good.
the
last
Falcons
week.
take too long to get going.
Yeah, the Bucks looked good last week.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, Baker himself looked good last
I
week.
have Bucks for my pick.
That's who I picked too.
It's just something in me tells me
You think the Falcons gonna do it?
I'm gonna stick with the Bucks, but I mark my words. I think the Falcons may be in it. They may win like last second field goal game.
Yeah.
Bucks, yuck it up.
I'm going Bucks.
That's why I did. I picked the Bucks too. Like I think they lost, and then you could tell they didn't like that this week. They made up for the loss they had the week before. Like I said, Baker, they all look good as a unit. Like Michael Evans, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be a good week of football. It's been a good post week of football. Last week was good, and I think this season is just getting really. I mean, we're only in week 5, and I mean, we almost have drama, like full season dramas
Well,
already.
personally, I'm not completely enjoying it, but as a whole, yeah, this has been really good games. Like,
Yeah,
like
I can see where
people
you're
who I
coming
was
from.
hoping that would win aren't winning, and the ones I was like, so I mean, I think Kansas City keep pulling them out of nowhere a
sucks.
little bit. Philly lost, yeah, because I had a Philly fan that was trying to be mean to me, and then he was awfully quiet, this week.
They are bad.
Like they're not as good as he tried to say.
No, they're not.
Like, I'm just
And they need AJ Brown and Devontae Smith back because they ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
yeah. So, but
but
other than that, yeah, I can agree. So we coming back here Saturday, right?
yep.
Saturday. do
Probably
our
putting up
picks.
probably somewhere around 8 o'clock. You should be looking for that video. We'll do our picks and a couple other little things we're gonna go over.
Comment,
Yeah.
like, subscribe.
Hit us on social media. Look for that. Put up the little bell for the notifications, letting you know when we put stuff up. And
Who you think gonna win this Thursday? That'd be nice to know. Like, start to look.
yeah,
and-
start letting y'all see who y'all think. And I guess we'll see you this weekend. All right, peace.